That's beautiful.
What do you mean? The song?
Beautiful singing, man.
How you been, alright?
Yeah, good. How was your holiday? I've not spoken to you since your holiday.
No, you haven't. No, I haven't been on.
It's been the best couple of weeks of my. No, I'm joking.
I hope you fall over.
No, yeah, all good, dude. All good. How was you? Go on, tell me about your holiday.
It was good, man. It was sleepy as hell. Like there was no people around. It was like a little fishing village. Oh mate, it's fucking perfect. You had to travel about 5-6 miles up the coast just like for a town with a little port, some restaurants. It was good. It was my sort of holiday. Like I could go to like a local beach. No one spoke English. No one to annoy me. Do you know what I mean?
No one spoke English. There was no one there. It was a ghost town, and you had to walk miles for anything to eat. Was it Clacton?
We had Clacton. No, they're chatty as hell, man. Everyone in Clacton, bro.
No one speaks English there.
No one speaks English there, but there's a lot of people.
Get off my pier.
Get off my pier.
Get off my pier.
Clacton don't sound like it's from Cornwall, man.
Yeah, I'm on holiday, you know.
Everyone sounds like we're on holiday. Yeah, it was grand. It was really good. And how have you been? Have you been holding up the fort without me?
Yeah, been kicking ass and taking names. Something like that, anyway.
I don't agree.
By the way, I also forgot to tell you something, and I remembered whilst you were on holiday.
Okay.
And you know when you had your barbecue the other week?
Yeah.
Well, I had a little sneak into your room.
Okay.
And I jizzed all over you. No, I'm joking.
Oh, that was not worth.
And I found your little black notebook.
Yeah.
Have you got your notebook in front of you?
Which one? The big one?
I don't know. It was like, it wasn't A4, I don't think, but it wasn't A5. Tell you what, we'll tell which one it is. Go to the very first page.
There's a cock and it says Love Andy. How did you have time to do that, man?
I did it really quickly, and then I think Sarah was coming up the stairs, and I was like,
you were like, oh shit. She would have
shit, doing graffiti. I'm getting caught.
Graffiti. You could have made an old little flick book for me.
Little flick book of a little dick book.
Little dick book. Fair play. Weather's terrible.
Shite, isn't it? Do you know what? The weather was absolutely beautiful while you were away.
Oh, mate, the weather was so good when I was away as well, apart from just one day. But the one day we basically stayed in the house and we got food in. Me and Sarah got food in because we knew it was going to be bad. So we got food in and had like dinner in and stuff. And we watched... have you ever seen the series Upload?
Nah.
It's so weird. It's like if you know you're gonna die, you upload into like a virtual reality. So
Bro,
you don't
is
die.
it on Amazon?
Yeah,
I have seen it, and he goes into like it's a big mansion thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
and then there's
it's
like
so fucked up.
Yes, I have seen it. I thought that was it's quite easy watching it.
It's an easy watch, but nothing really happens. Nah. It's like you expect it to move on, and it just doesn't move on.
Yeah, I forgot about that show. I think there was 2 seasons of it.
Yeah, we got like 2 episodes to watch to finish the whole thing. So we're like, and nothing has happened still.
No.
Is
his girlfriend in there now?
His girlfriend's fake in there. She's just told him that she's not really in there. And she's just wearing this suit for like 24 hours upon a time and shit.
And she's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, when she's out of the suit, she's not even sleeping. She's just eating ice cream and watching telly. It's sick.
Yeah, that is good.
Well, I noticed that Discord's been busy while I've been away.
Discord has been extremely busy. In Discord, well, what can I say, Dave? People like to talk to us and ask us questions.
Yeah, we're getting regular influx of people every now and then, which is cool. And people having some great like new input. Like, someone today and then put on a Chronicles. Was that yesterday?
Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday.
Maybe today? Yeah. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but it's been great. It's been great to watch. Like, at least I've been know that it's been good. I went on it one day and started like commenting and stuff that was the day when it was raining, and I was like at home on the Wi-Fi, and I was like,
I saw you fucking subscribed us. You were meant to be on holiday, and you subscribed us up to doing a fucking live stream.
I didn't. I said you just never know what's around the corner.
Yeah, that's as good as gold. That's just as good as done, mate. You can't say, oh, you never know, and then just never do it.
I thought we could do it with puppets, like hand puppets, like of Kermit, and you could be the gherkin.
Oh dear. No. So we've got a guest today.
Special guest.
He's a special boy. Is Glaz from YouTube?
Yeah, from YouTube, and he was introduced to us by.
That's what I was going to ask. Was it Foxtrot?
It was Foxtrot. Foxtrot. He was one of the guys that he said, watch his YouTube videos. They are unfucking believable. So I've been watching them, and they're unfucking believable. They're so good. The editing on them, it's really good. It's actually, you know what? The effort he must put into them, Andy, is fucking second to none.
Yeah, I think he's going off. Oh, we'll talk about it. I'll tell you what, shall we talk to him about it?
Yeah, let's pop in the room.
All right. See you on the other side. Mother flippers. Glaz!
That was absolutely stunning. What an entrance. What an entrance, boys. Amazing.
I've been practicing that all week.
I expect that every time now.
Shit.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good, I'm good.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Dave, can we hear you?
You can hear me, I can hear everybody.
Sweet.
I've just finished off a pizza, and I think, you know when you eat like a pizza that's super hot and you burn the roof of your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I've got that right now.
Tragedy,
He
mate.
really does that to me.
Tragedy. Always me. Cappuccinos, mate. That's what catches me up. Cappuccino. Yeah, I love a
McDonald's,
cappuccino.
Anything that comes from them McDonald's cups,
true,
tea,
true.
coffee, is molten lava that pops through that little tiny
literally.
hole. I don't understand how it don't melt that fucking plastic white thing that it comes through.
Oh. Okay. How are we gonna do this? We going straight in, or what's the protocol, boys?
Oh.
What's the protocol?
He's eager.
He's as keen as a beaver.
Of course.
We have no protocol.
So are you guys rolling right now? Like we're recording now, or do you
Recording all the time, man.
recording all the time? So we're in.
Yeah, we're in. Let's start with you telling everyone who you are, what you do.
Who am I?
Yeah, that's it.
Well.
Your shoe size.
Well.
All that shit.
Exactly, mate. I currently my name is Glaz, boys. I currently have a pair of slippers on. You already know who it is. Come on, we big balling, mate. We big balling. Couple of little, cheeky little sliders on because it's cold. I'm from Scotland, so that is why I am cold. And I make DayZ content, which not most people will know me for my tips and tricks, but I prefer to do story-driven content, so adventures, maybe adventures surrounding building a particular unique type of base, or just generally hopping on a server, hitting that record button, and telling a story, basically, of what happened in a nice, flashy, fancy, edited way, I suppose, which is good fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So there's a lot lollygag, and I think what splits me apart from other YouTubers would be I like to slide the goofiness of what happens in there rather than editing it out, which I feel a lot of people edit that kind of thing out, that it's the whole like staying professional, this needs to look Oscar worthy, whereas I quite like sometimes leave the lollygags in there, the tomfoolery as some might call it. Yeah, so
there was a line in your PNW video, I think it was right at the end.
Yeah, and
you said something, what was it you said? You said something like, it was something along the lines of, that was like a fucked up run with a fucked up group or something like that. It was...
Yeah. The goofiest adventure with the goofiest group or something like that. It's not along the lines of that. It's like, which is very accurate, because speaking of the PNW one, it was basically the squad, like to give you a bit of context for that, it was basically the squad I was running with was just about like a group of mates I just thrown together to do this PNW video. And basically it was a mixture between like I've been playing the game for a long time. Like I don't know how many, like let's just say I've got about 6k hours, right? And I had another teammate that had maybe at like 1k, 2k hours, and then the rest of them all were like 300 to 100 hours. So you can just imagine like the conflict of like experience versus non-experience. And like, it's a mayhem, just mayhem. Like
it felt like that as well. That proper came across on that video, because when I think at one point you all split up into like 3 groups and you're all chatting and shouting at each other, and you're doing crouch checks and you're swearing like, for fuck's sake, I'm wearing it. And I've just felt the stress level, man, and I wasn't even there.
Chaos. It was chaos. I was stressful. Especially trying to direct try to direct as much as you can to people that aren't experienced in whole PvP, and it was crazy. I think the best part of it all was one of the other there's another YouTuber who's doing it with Soda Z. He did a schoolboy error, which was he didn't finish off the guy when he was uncon. So the Gilia sniped. He ran up, shot him once, and then I got sprayed out by the guy with the AK. Yes. And we all turn our backs to the guy we just unconned, who we think is dead, and he actually wasn't dead. No. And he went back up and shot one of our teammates. Yeah, it was like oh God. And then crazy. I
actually didn't get that kill. That AK guy on the floor, I didn't get that. Like,
it was
I don't understand how you lost that one.
I think it was straight lag. I genuinely think it was just straight lag. I mean, my first shots were a bit inconsistent, but I mean, fair dues to the guy. He managed to pick up his gun quick enough to get on me and shoot me down. But I do think he was like, he had the death animation completely flat out on the floor, face down on the floor. And I was still alive for a few split seconds, and then pop, there goes me. So
madness.
Just the way it goes, just DayZ, isn't it? Just the way it goes.
Was that before the update or after the update?
That was good question. I'm trying to think something that would be a giveaway if it was before the update. When did 1.22 come out? Can you guys
3 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, maybe. Yeah.
It was before I went away.
I think it was after the update, actually. I think it was.
Okay. All right, because a lot of weird stuff crept in.
Oh, dude, yeah.
A lot of weird stuff crept in. So you may have been in that death animation, but come out of it straight away, because you're not the only person I've noticed this on.
Really?
Really, really.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
there's only one definitive way of knowing.
Do you guys know about the whole buckshot situation?
Yeah, I found out when I was away, man.
That's fixed as per today.
Is it fixed today?
It got bugged today. Bug fixed today.
Wow. Okay. Happy days, because that was pretty poor. Has to be said. From what happened. I reckon there'll be a lot of people out there that have lost their kits, scratching their heads, being like, "How did I lose that fight?" Like, you know.
I was on P&W with a Viger and a box, what's it called? A drum mag full of buckshot. I just gave it away because I thought that's fucking worth shit. Like,
so it only hit like 1 in the 18 or the 16 bucks in it. You know?
So one registers, only one registers at the whole buckshot. It's the same with the double blaze as well. So if you use double shot on the blaze, only one bullet would count for that.
Fucking crazy.
Mental. But I mean, it's equivalent of like using a single fire SG5K or something like that. It's like, you know what I mean? It's crazy to think. But it's fixed now. Happy days. We can move forward from that.
Yeah, should we stop talking about one particular video and go back to what we were talking about?
We'll move on.
So, the reason why Andy's focusing on this PWN is because while he's been away, they've been absolutely slaying on the PWN. So that's why he's loving it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a very good map.
I really like it. The North needs a ton of work. And there's a lot of places where there's just a straight fucking road for about 3 kilometers and nothing on either side.
True.
But the stuff, like the coast, is brilliant, isn't it? Like the stuff that's there, and the way that brilliant. So keep up the development of that.
Yeah, the city was well made. I like that. The fact that it was on. I'm sure you guys have played Namalsk, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Namalsk, you got the city. Vorkuta, is that the name of it? The city. So you got the city, and I feel like one of the interesting points in Namalsk is you can get really stuck in that city in terms of PvP. Like it's hard. Like once you're in there and you get something of worth, everyone's trying to get that from you. So it's hard to get out. And I think with PNW, which they've done even better, is they've island locked that city so that there's only one way in. And one road, which is a one-way in, one way in and one way out. So if you're in that city, like you really gotta think a little bit before you do anything. Like once you got kit, you then need to get out of it. You need to go down that dangerous road. And I've died a couple of times just trying to get out. But then once you're out, you've got the whole rest of the map to kind of explore. So yeah, it was, and then there's a whole Bigfoot on it as well, which is another really cool addition.
Yeah, I saw a fucking mountain lion the other day. That scared the shit out of me.
Really? I didn't see any of that.
No, we saw a mountain lion chasing a pig. I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm not prepared to fight it.
Oh man, yeah, no, PNW, it's definitely. I'm excited to see some like maybe bigger servers on it and stuff with some more base building things. Because I've not really explored much of the right hand side of the map, but I can tell you the left side of the map's really cool. And what I think my favorite part of it all was I caught it quite early. It might be out now, but I caught it quite early before it was on iSurvive, so it really gave me heavy nostalgia of playing. Way back when I used to play on Xbox, when DayZ first came out, there was no iSurvive, there was no maps or nothing. You just got slammed in. You don't know your spawn. You're using the road signs to find like where you are to meet up with your friends, and it takes a little bit extra work to meet up with your friends, and that gave me some heavy nostalgia, which is really cool. So I like the fact the PNW like in-game map that you have to find is actually quite a useful item. But it might be I might be wrong now. It could be out on iSurvive. I'm not 100% sure, but
no, it's not yet. It's still not on iSurvive. So
that I like that. I actually like that. I think it's a cool feature. That you actually the map is valuable, because I don't know about you guys, if you found a map on Chernarus, I just leave it, never pick it up. So, but yeah, good map.
So when did you pick up DayZ?
I might need to Google it. Basically, I would have been back at school. Day one of the game preview on Xbox.
Okay.
The day it came out, because like. Way before, back in the days of Mr. Moon and Frankie on PC, I guess, like the ancient relics of DayZ. Like it was my favorite game before I even played it. I'd never played it in my life, and it was my favorite game. And then I was waiting, and then there's this announcement it was coming on Xbox. It went flat for I don't know how many years, and then finally the game preview system came out, which was this early access. You could buy the game early access, like the first time those kind of things came about. And obviously, I was there on my trash Wi-Fi with awful download speed, downloading it on a school night, staying up way past when to try and play it. And I remember my first spawned in at just down the road from Berenzino. I walked around for 5 minutes. I was just in awe. And then I looked at the time. I was like, right, got to go to bed. Got to school tomorrow. And then that was it. And I came back on and
God damn.
Yeah,
I think it came out. I think we've looked at this recently. I think it was around the 16th of December 2018.
Really?
That date just sticks in my brain for some reason. I can't remember. I'll Google it for you.
I think I was even earlier, because 2018 I would have been leaving school. I'm gonna look this up right quick.
Yeah.
Xbox game preview view release date. Let's see if I can find a date here, because I remember an even earlier date than that, like 2018, August 29th. Game preview. It just says August 29th. That is not very helpful.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Maybe you're right. Actually, 2018.
August 2018. I can see that.
2018. Yeah, so it must have been 2018. I had it in my head that was earlier, but fair enough. 2018. I guess it was 2018. That was a long time ago. But yeah, playing since 2018. So quite a while. But Xbox was nuts. I mean. Yeah. Xbox, it was a different game. It really was. Back then, you had you could run to Riffy and grab an M4 on the coast, and that was vanilla. And then you could run it in Berenzino and start PvP with a plate carrier and an M4. And then you had for some reason, Solid 2 factories, probably these days would be one of the least visited places.
Yeah,
was a hotspot for PvP on.
Me and Andy were on that. We used to spend all our time there, especially on Solnichi itself on the hill. Overlooking the military barracks and that. Me and Andy, that's our home. That's the home.
Dude, yes. I'm so glad you guys know that, man. I'm so glad you guys know that.
We used to kill the dupers, man. People used to be up in Bird Box in Factory, didn't they?
Bird Box, literally, bro, literally.
And they were just duping SVDs and shit.
Yeah, you're duping out Alice bags, and then you'd run into the woods and find 7 tents on the placed on the ground with just kits and kits and kits. Oh, dude, that was a weird time on Xbox, man. It was weird.
That was back when there weren't that many servers either, so we have definitely ran into you at some point before.
Must have. I used to stream. I can get into this later, but I used to stream on. Do you guys remember Mixer?
We used to mention Mixer.
Yeah, dude. So I was a streamer on Mixer for a long time until it went down. But I started on Mixer. Obviously, the name Glaz comes from obviously Siege. I always have the joke where someone mentions my name, starts talking to me about Siege. I tell them I've never played it and I don't know what it is. And it gets them every time. It's brilliant. So started on Siege streaming on Mixer, doing like open lobbies. I used to have awful Wi-Fi, like I mentioned when I was downloading DayZ for the first time. So I used to genuinely stream on like 240p. It was awful, but I loved it. I loved it. Streaming with the co-streams with another guy called Parker that now is Music, but obviously we're still mates to this day. Absolute legend. And we co-streamed for ages, and then we started streaming on DayZ, and we streamed on, you guys know the other Bohemia interactive game that came out on Xbox called Vigor?
Yes.
So we got pretty big on that, and we managed to get into the partnership program and get partnered with Bohemia for a bit, which is like a massive achievement, getting partnered with Bohemia Interactive that made like my favorite game. I was like, that's like
sick.
mind blowing, bro. Like, I had merchandise sent to my door and like all this, and I was just tiny. I had like 600 followers or something, and I managed to do all this. It was crazy. And then I was like, ever since I was younger, I was like, I want to hit 1K on something, because back when I was younger, like let's say when I was at school or whatever, hitting 1K was a big deal on like YouTube and stuff, and that was like a bucket list sort of thing. And so comes around to the day, I'm like 984 followers on Mixer, whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna get 1K, and then boom, Mixer goes down.
You're
like
joking.
Crushing, bro, So yeah, dude, it was hard.
Fuck you, Mixer.
Yeah, it was bad. I'll tell you actually something quite funny is when it actually happened, when Mixer went down, I think it was an email or something. They had a suggestion, right? What you do, like obviously, because I mean, I'm talking like it was awful. Like I didn't get 1K followers. There's people on Mixer that had like their livelihoods were on there, and it just went down. And it's like that all the like years of progress is gone. I'd never heard like anyone talk about that before. It's awful to think about. Yeah. So what they suggested you do when it went down was move. I swear to God, this is true. Move to Facebook gaming.
No, I remember. That was true, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of someone that's made it on Facebook gaming, bro? Like, what the hell? Like, it's atrocious.
Actually, do you know what? There is this one dude. Hang on. Didn't Stone Mountain 64 start on Facebook gaming? I can't remember. Maybe I just saw his videos on there. But there's this one dude that keeps popping up on Facebook for me, and all he does is plays that fucking, what's that Modern Warfare game mode where you're like an item and you go and hide?
Yeah, that guy.
Prop hunt,
yes.
Yeah.
And he talks so fast.
Yes.
That guy, yes.
Yeah. I quite enjoy them.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
That game mode's weird as fuck. That game mode is weird as fuck.
Yeah. But apart from him, yeah, probably not very many.
Yeah, it's a shame. But at the time when it went down, I had the Glaz channel, which I was like uploading to, and like because I had learned a bit of editing and stuff. I had a channel before the Glaz channel that had like all the very old Xbox stuff. But then I started the Glaz channel. I was like, well, might as well crack on with this. I'll just see what happens. And then just kept at it. And pretty much here we are today. So that's basically the story and how the channel started, and went to Xbox, and you had to learn quick as well, because during the let's say lockdown, like 2020, 2021, like kind of lockdown times, it was just 100% like proper sweaty PvP. I got like, it used to be like all the kill feed one, like the kill feed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Law's kill feed and Jaber's kill feed. And on those, I got to like, one of them I was like top 1% in the world on those for like those years. It was like ridiculous. So that was like good fun. But I think the way console's gone now, while we're on the topic of console, it was it's the moment the sort of mouse and keyboard came in, I was like, I got to make the move to PC, because it's you just can't compete with a mouse and keyboard when you're on a controller. And at the same time, there's a lot of like, to be competitive and stay at the top, you had to use glitches and things like look at like white walling and all this.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? Yeah,
just kind of nerdy sort of stuff. And I was just like, this is not the PvP that I remember when I was like sweating all the time, So I made the move to PC, and so here we are.
Perfect. Well, one thing we I don't know if you've listened to any of our episodes and that, we were put onto you by one of your good friends, Foxtrot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Foxtrot dropped us. I mean, we did send you a winning of the video of the week. I don't know if it's got to you yet in Scotland. It will be with you soon.
Royal Mail and all that.
The episode was some time ago, but I'll ask Royal Mail what the score is with that. All right, we apologise.
That was about the gas grenade episode, wasn't it? I think most overpowered item or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. It was I think he'd seen the promotion for the perfect play, which was
oh yeah.
It was a video. Oh mate, that was good. That was a lot of fun recording that video. It was Northern Livonia. The JLK had made a village in Olzanka.
Bro, I remember. Sorry, I thought you were talking about, because I think you've won a couple of our video of the weeks then.
Really?
Handy, man. We didn't send more than one, mate.
Dave, we haven't sent
We only saw one prize. We only sent one prize, man.
So
Calm down.
Foxtrot said the perfect play. You put like a 60-second trailer up.
Yeah.
We watched that. That was cool. But then Dave picked you a couple of weeks ago.
I did. Yeah.
Do you remember?
Fair enough.
Item. It was the gas grenade.
It was a gas grenade. Yeah, that video was fucking epic, man.
No, 100%. There was one day I was just thinking, like, I need a video, and I was like, I've always thought the gas grenade, man, it's so unbalanced. Like, it's just, I just think the way to get it is so easy. Like you saw in the video, like a fresh pawn could get it. Obviously patches might happen, things might change, but like a fresh, you can just run in after a gas strike. If you just get your timing right and you know what you're doing, you just run in, grab one, and then a whole base you spend weeks to make is countered by one little tiny thing you can access as a fresh pawn. You know what I mean? It's unbalanced. It's absolutely unbalanced. And I just don't really think it has a place in the game, to be honest.
I don't think the gas has a place in the game, but then I've already went through this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Times.
Yeah. I know, dude. I know. I think.
But what I've seen now is people have even got sweaty versions. You know the gas grenade to do with a thumper, the M27.
Yeah, the launcher. Yes.
They put the gas grenade on the floor and they shoot it with a Winnie, and then it goes off by like people's base doors and stuff.
Oh.
So and if you get shot with that gas grenade, say on your plate carrier, you can gas that area you just die on.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that strategy actually, but no, dude. I just think the gas nades. I think as well, like a good example of like the random ones that just randomly go off. Like I don't know if you guys ever know, but I think probably one of the most useless game additions to a game ever is. We're going to go back to PUBG. The red zones on PUBG as an example. Like, have you guys ever played PUBG?
Yeah. We played it hard.
The red zones are the most boring, useless, like slow down the pace of the game. Like you just ignore them. They're just annoying. Like what do they do? They don't do anything. And it's kind of like it's on the gas zones are almost on the same level as that, where it's just like in DayZ it almost makes sense because if you randomly gas a town, it means a player can't go to that town. It'll have to go to a different town, which might mean two players that were going to that, like two players will then butt heads somewhere at a different town because they weren't going to go to the one that was gassed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I just think it's such a stretch to try and get players to bump into each other more often than doing it that way. I feel like it should be done a different way. But at least it's something new, I suppose, the gas zones. They're trying different things, which I guess is good rather than just doing the same thing where it's just like a gun and that's it. A gun. That's it for an update.
Or like backpacks.
Oh, yeah, exactly. How exciting. Yeah, a couple back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
Good,
no,
yeah.
dude. Oh,
so that video, like you said earlier, you did like a lot of tutorial videos, you did like how-tos and the best this, the best that. But then going to the video that Foxtrot picked for you as video of the week, that was just the complete opposite of that. That was a story-driven, epic adventure style movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, the thing is, content like that, I love that content. Like the tips and tricks, I enjoy being helpful and useful. But it's like, for example, like a tip and like tips and tricks, right? It's not like me. It's more of a statement rather than a story, right? So like tips and tricks, it's not like I didn't make those things happen in the game. I'm just telling people what happened. Whereas a story, it's like that's more me, if that makes sense. Like it's my story rather than making a video surrounding something that has kind of nothing to do with me. I'm just the voice for it for the educational purpose, if that makes sense. So the reason why I love doing story content so much more is just because it's like, that's like me. I can do unique things with that. I can tell the story how I want to tell it. But whereas a tip and trick, it's like I have to tell it a certain way for it to make sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why at the moment I've completely like forced myself to stop doing tips and tricks, because the definitely the easiest content to pick up and get views from and stuff. But it's just like I worry with that sort of content I'll lose passion really fast, because it's never really the direction I wanted to go. It's just I wanted to get myself out there a bit so that I could, you know, start doing the story-driven content, which I enjoy so much more. So yeah, that's where those things are coming from. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do a lot more videos like those. Like the hotel one as well was a lot of good fun.
You got 2 from about a hotel over the last month or so.
Yes. So. Yeah, those were good fun. I was doing with another 2 YouTubers, Tommy and JLK. I'm sure JLK, you know, I'm sure you don't know who that is, but but yeah, that was a lot of good fun playing with those guys on there. And yeah, it was crazy. It was such a laugh though at the same time doing those recordings. We had to kind of focus up every zone because we're just waffling all the time, you know. So yeah, no, those are a lot of fun. It's good memories to look back on. The good thing about being a YouTuber as well is you have, like, obviously everyone has those memories on DayZ of those times, like doing different things and crazy situations. But being a YouTuber, it's like you can go back and watch your own memories on your own videos and stuff. So that's one of the really cool things about doing YouTube, I think, is being able to go back and rewatch some of the situations you had on DayZ and stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Make sure you save them so it doesn't bomb out like Mixer.
Yeah, exactly. I've done that.
Can you imagine that, man?
YouTube goes down, bro. I'm cursed.
YouTube just sends an email one day. Yes, sorry, we're done. Like, literally, what the
fuck? I lost all my friends when my MySpace went down.
Oh no. No.
Still managed to fucking find me somehow though, didn't you? I hid for years.
Oh mate, I found you in the dark web, mate.
How did you guys meet then? How did you guys meet?
When we were about 4 years old at school, because we just liked Alien versus Predator.
Really?
I don't even remember that. What the fuck?
Yeah, we used to go to the same lower school. We had the same little friendship group. Yeah, we went to every school together. So yeah.
So where did the idea of the podcast come from then? Like,
well, this is a good question. You see, Andy used to stream on YouTube not YouTube, on Twitch. And I used to do his modding for him, and like he always played DayZ with him. When he went over to PC, he just started streaming, and you know, COVID hit, so then he was at home a lot more. Yeah. And so he streamed, and it was hard. It's hard. It's a hard grind, and he didn't enjoy it, did you, Andy? In the end, do you know what I mean? It was a hard grind.
Yeah, not really. It was just a lot. It's a lot of effort, man. Almost no reward, especially at the beginning. And then because I was furloughed, so I thought this is only limited. You know, I've got a limited amount of time to do this while I can. And then I was coming towards the end of my furlough period, and I thought I'd give that up quite easy. You know, not that invested in it and that kind of stuff. So yeah, still make the odd video every now and then.
Yeah, and I got onto the PC and I said to Andy, I said, "Do you want to try something new?" And he said, "Yeah, go on then." And I goes, "Do you fancy just doing a podcast?" And he said, "All right, give me a day or two. Let me do a bit of research and see if I'm keen." And he done a bit of research and he's like, "Oh my fucking God, there's a massive gap here." And I was like, yeah, because there's no offense to any other DayZ podcast or anything. We do it our way, and there's others that do it their way. We are the people that do it our style, like a traditional podcast, and then there's other podcasts that have come out, and there are podcasts that have been around a lot longer than us that do it in a different format and an untraditional format. So we all have our place, but we're not standing on anyone's toes. We're doing it like it's our thing. Do you know what I mean? It's such a our format is our format. Then there's another format for another podcast. There's another format for another podcast. So I said to Andy, there's no one doing this format. And he says, no, there isn't. And then that's when we started. And we were okay, let's go. We cracked on.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I think I like I really like you guys' thumbnails for the podcast. I think they look like really clean, like really just like well done. It's just everything.
Oh, thanks, man. I tried so hard with them.
They look good. They look good. I know, I like it.
Dave ain't lifted a fucking finger on this podcast. I break my back every day to put food on your plate, Dave.
He does. He works fucking hard, Andy. He does all the editing, the thumbnails, the uploading and shit. And all I do is bring nice guys like you on.
Put the kettle on, mate. Put the kettle on.
Do you know what you were in charge with?
What?
You were in charge of TikTok, weren't you?
Yeah, I upload like once every 6 weeks. Yeah.
Do you know what I did yesterday? I uploaded 3 fucking videos to TikTok, Dave. 3!
Boy, stepping on my shoes, bro.
Why
you fucking me over, bro?
How the fuck did Glaz start interviewing us? How did that happen?
Mate, I just decided I'd switch it up on you, mate.
He's done a Step Brothers on us instead of interviewing you. Let's interview you.
Oh, dear. So there's obviously you said that you play a lot with JLK. He's appeared in a lot of your videos, and JLK is one of our favourite movie makers of DayZ, I guess. And I think that
understandably
exactly. I think that's not going to be case of pretty well. Oh no, who'd have thought it? But it's because he's probably the best out there at that style of YouTube video.
Yeah.
And is that where you're getting that from? Actually, I can make these movies too, and I'm doing like similar content and that kind of stuff because I guess where you're both together quite a lot. Do you know what I mean? If he's doing it, then you can do it. And I guess if I were to rephrase that, does JLK inspire you to make these epic DayZ movies?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I've always wanted to do those like story style things. I don't think it's ever been like started playing with JLK, let's start doing that kind of like content, because I'll be able to get like good feedback and stuff. Which nonetheless I get amazing feedback from it. The guy is a legend. Like he actually is.
Awesome.
Honestly, but I think beforehand that type of content's always been something I've wanted to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think was just like starting doing like videos and stuff. I don't know. I don't really know how it happened. I think I just got a really wacky sense of humor, and I say a lot of random things. And I think he just found that sense of humor funny. So he was like, this guy's kind of goofy. Like there's so many like weird inside jokes. Like, the list goes on. But like, I think quite a few of them came up in his most recent video with the hotel. And it was like Glaz Johnson from Toad Road. And basically there's this whole thing about Toad Road that this joke that Toad Road comes from is basically when I was setting up my Prio queue on what do we do? Basically vanilla. It wanted to ask me where my like address was and stuff, and I was like, why the hell is this goddamn Prio queue asking where I live and stuff? Yeah, I'm not having this. We're all kicking off. We're like, why is it asking where we live? And then someone says like Toad, I can't remember who it was. And someone said Toad Road. I think it was Josh. He says Toad Road. I'm like, you know what? I'm saying I'm from bloody Toad Road. So I put down my name as like my name and stuff, and I said I was from Toad Road. So it just became a running joke for the whole recording session. But no, I think when it comes from when you mention he's the best in terms of the whole story thing. I don't know. It's a competitive for sure. It's hard to say who's the best, but I think definitely the reason why it's so massive is when you take a step back and look. And I think as well, like doing those same types of videos, like I know what it takes. I think what he has is just the piecing together a story and then the telling of a story, like the storytelling part is so good that it just captivates people. Because the hard part is, right, you spend all that time recording, then you come to editing. It's like a different mindset from recording to editing. Like you have to remember what actually happened, so you get it in chronological order. Then you have to make a story from that, and that is difficult to keep on top of, and he is able to keep on top of that throughout the whole thing, so things connect like you're actually watching an episode from a program where like something happens at the start of the episode.
I get that from your videos though.
I hope so. I think he just does it a lot better. I mean, I don't know, maybe I think he just does it really well. And I think as well, like I'll give you an example of like why he's so good at what he does. Is one day we're doing like the whole village thing during the recording of The Perfect Play, and he's like, okay guys, I'll be back in X amount of hours. I think it was like 3 hours or something. Took a couple of people away to do cinematics. And then by the end of it, he just like rustled up this, like, it was meant to be like a makeshift trailer for the village, which was like advertised to survivors and stuff. It was for the videos in the video. And he did that in like 3 hours. There was all these like extra parts to it, and the editing was premium. The voice lines all edited. And like he just rustled it up, and I'm like, holy fuck.
You bastard.
How the fuck? Like for me, to do something like that, like I'll go to work or whatever, and whenever there's nothing going on, I'll just think in my head like ideas and stuff for like cinematics and videos, etc. And then like I'll be like, right, I've got an idea. Then I'll hop on like Discord and like type it somewhere on like one of my own servers, just like type it to myself so that I remember what I've come up with. Or like, you know, you're taking a piss and you have like a brilliant idea and you're like, holy shit, I need to remember this when I go back to my PC. Or you're in the shower.
For that.
What's that? Sorry?
I've got notebooks for that.
Yeah,
Andy
dude.
defaced when he comes out for a barbecue.
Nice.
Yeah, I need something like that, because it's whenever you're in the shower, you're taking a piss, or like you're just doing something, you just come up with an amazing idea, and you're like, I need to write this down. But yeah, I'll end up writing it down. Then I'll sit down, then I'll record it, and then I'll edit it, and then I'll like have to think of like come up with a few things on the fly. But it was just 3 hours, bang, 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 and it's there, and I'm like, holy shit! And it was so good as well. So yeah, he's absolutely, and he's been doing it for a while. So he's just like definitely like 100% is straight up just talent. It is.
Yeah.
So
storytelling.
So like I used to watch JLK back in the day when it was the 4 YouTubers that it was. So can you list the 4 YouTubers that he started off with?
YouTubers.
Yeah, they're all from YouTube,
okay.
but they've all sort of changed now. There's only one original YouTuber left now, huh?
I only remember one of them. Are you doing a quiz for Glaz? Is that what that is?
Oh yeah, let's quiz Glaz. There's 4 original members of the Sour Sweet. Oh shit.
Oh, well, I was gonna say sour.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking red tie.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's 6. There's 6 if you include.
How is there 6 now?
If you include red tie, himself, JLK, Sour Sweet, there's 3 more.
What the fuck are you talking? Milo?
No, Milo was. He was in and out of the crew.
Okay. I think I've got one of them. I think Minder. Is Minder one of them?
No, Minder wasn't one of them.
Minder was not one of them. Okay, my bad. Okay.
No. But I guess you could say he is Dutch.
I guess you could say. I mean, I can't try to remember when. If Lewis started at the same time as Josh, but I guess Exclusions because they played together. So
no. He's after that crew. So
fair enough. Okay, I'm absolutely being atrocious with this. Right. Let me think. Okay, so because I actually forgot Project Red Tie. Now you mentioned that, I'm like, shit.
Yeah, Red Tie's in the original crew. So the original crew so far, we've got Sour Sweet, JLK, Red Tie. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. I don't know if he's on your list, but for OG DayZ, well, Frankie on PC. I mean, come on, he was in and out, but he was for DayZ. He was pretty big. A lot of people do remember like first got into DayZ from that. So I'd say him for sure.
Yeah, but he's not the one in that crew where they built up a little thing going on. Andy, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I think Dave's trying to say they used to play together all the time, JLK.
Oh, yeah. my bad.
Yeah, they used to play together. There's a little crew. They all used to be on YouTube, and they all sort of, some come over to Twitch, one stayed on YouTube, one doesn't even stream anymore at all. But they all were on there for about 2 years on YouTube, and they were holding YouTube up. They were like streaming it as a group. So if you wanted to see a different angle, you'd click on another one, and you'd catch them all. So I'm going to say, Seal was in that group.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And then you had the Australian Bam Bam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there's the last one I can't think of, but he was like in and out. He was in and out all the time. I think
maybe Rav.
Might have been Rav. Might have been Rav plays, but they were all in YouTube, all at YouTube, and then seeing them now. Like, because you have Seal that's still on YouTube, that streams on YouTube, does very well. Then you've got, obviously, JLK that doesn't stream much anymore, but when he does, still does get a huge following. Yeah. His videos get a massive following. You get Sour Sweets just killing it.
Yeah,
he's just absolutely slaying it.
Such a nice guy as well, as Sour he is.
Red Tie, he's had his problems. He's been in and out. He needs to just find something that he enjoys again.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he was in charge of his own little servers and stuff, the hideout servers and that, and it sort of took its toll on him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a shame. I think with Red Tie, I think it was when he tried to switch up his content. I think he did Call of Duty for a while when Warzone was big.
And then he done Battlefield as well.
Did he?
So,
See, I think that's a tough one as well, because clearly, like, what I could probably imagine there is he just lost the drive for DayZ, and he was like, I need to do something to get the drive back, and then you move to get the drive back, and then the results don't come, and then the drive goes from what you've moved to, and that's tough. I reckon that was tough.
It was tough. It was tough. And then Bam Bam obviously doesn't stream now at all, but they all had a massive following, and to see you now in that group of people were like playing on his playing when he's on, and in that massive clan of his and stuff. It's really good to see. And then you got the banter with him as well, and it's great.
Tommy as well. Tommy's another one that obviously the trio that we were doing for the hotel. He's so funny, man. Like, just the absolute, honestly, like, there's a couple shorts I've done that you can get a little sneak peek into, like, the absolute waffle that goes on between them two. They're like an old married couple. I swear to God, they're bickering away, like, whether it's about football, whether it's about, like, what type of shoes their nan wears. Like, it's just, like, relentless. It's relentless, but it's so funny, bro. It's so funny to listen to. Like, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. But Tommy's an absolute legend. He's super like good sense of humor, and it's such a laugh as well to play with. So yeah, the hotel experience was good fun. But yeah, just like it's so refreshing as well, because like I am being able to, like, it's the first time really playing properly with like other YouTubers, and like putting all your heads together, working together on one project and executing it. And it was so refreshing to be able to do that, because before I was just flying solo. Like, on Xbox, didn't have a Scooby what I was doing. There was zero structure to the channel at all. I was just picking something. Like, you get lucky with a recording session. I remember I had it like hooked up to a rubbish laptop, because you had to hook it up through a game capture card and all that jazz. So recording was a fuss, whereas now on PC you hit a hotkey on your keyboard and you're good to go. So it was tough doing it on console, but like, and then came to PC and I was like, right, well, and then I had to learn servers, because to be competitive with YouTube, you have to have a good cinematics. So I had to learn about all servers and stuff, and that was about 2 months of just trying to, as well as me being Scottish, if you know anything about Scottish people, we're cheap bastards. We will try and get anything for free. So I tried to figure out how to maybe set up a server for like free for my PC, and like to be able to do cinematics that way. Biggest headache of my life. By the end of it, 0 results. It started messing with, like, I would have had to like call up my Wi-Fi and stuff. All this chat is just awful. Managed to get the server all sorted out, and then managed to get like a bit of a foothold, but still, once again, by myself, just trying to figure out, get structure. And there was this one day, in fact, where I was looking at my channel. I think the views had been the worst it had been in like 2 years or something. And I was like, there's something wrong. I tried this one service called TubeBuddy, which is like helps you with your hashtags. I don't know if do you guys know about TubeBuddy? There's other versions of it that are come under a different name, but basically it just tells you like what good hashtags you can use, or recommends you hashtags and stuff. Yeah. I was like, this could be it. This could help, and it didn't. And I was like, oh my God, what's the problem? And then there's this one time I was just in a call with Josh, and I was just like, there's something I'm missing, like, doesn't seem to be working. He's like, all right, he's like, all right, give me a sec, I'm gonna have a look, let me just have a look at your channel. And boom, he just said the thumbnails. And I'm like, and he said the thumbnails, like, look at the ones that are doing well and look at the ones that are not doing well. And he basically just said, like, that, like, give an example for video, that thumbnail, there's one object in the thumbnail which is highlighted and it's got a good title and it all links, right? But then the other video that did really bad, the thumbnail was like all over the place. There's a lot of key features in that one box that is the thumbnail, and it did rubbish. And what had happened was, because I was trying to figure out what the problem was with the thumbnail, like trying to advance my thumbnails, I would keep adding things, adding. Like the background would be a really bright color, and then the foreground would be a really bright color as well, and then the text would be a really bright color. I think the best example is, like, I did a Green Mountain based design, and like the thumbnail is just like, you could just see it, like where it had gone wrong, and I was like, how have I not seen this before? So then I got to work on the thumbnails, and then came the backpack video, which did really good, which is a perfect example. He pretty much coached me on that whole thumbnail, and boom, the video is like one of the best in recent times for me, which was covering like what potentially could be coming for the 1.22 update, which we now know are backpacks, but not quite the backpacks that I thought were coming. So just what reiterate, like, you know, that he really knows what he's doing. Like that is why he is at the top, like, because he knows what he's doing. It's not randomness. There is structure to YouTube for sure.
Listen, it's all about experience, man. Once upon a time, he didn't know what he was doing as well, right?
Exactly.
And he'd learn, and that's what you're doing.
And soon, me and Andy will learn how to podcast properly.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Keep up with these movie ones, man. I mean, if not for anyone else, do it for me because I really enjoy them.
I have really long shits and I love a good YouTube video.
How does that make you feel to know that someone watches your videos whilst they're dumping one out?
The more the merrier, bro. The more the merrier, bro. Come on. As long as it's not one of those hot summer ones, bro, we have to take your shirt off, bro, and then you put the phone down.
Sweating like hell.
The sweat. Hey, next time, if you're on the toilet, I'm going to answer the listeners here. If you're on the toilet while you're listening to this podcast or you're watching a Glaz video, I want you to comment, "I'm shitting right now." All right? We'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Hashtag shitting right now.
Shitting right now.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
What have I done?
Literally. Nah, but I do think your guys' channel, like I was saying with the artwork and stuff, it definitely comes across as like structured and professional with the artwork. I do think, like, I can tell there's definitely been a lot of thought behind it. It's like the way you guys want to look, and as well the name and everything. Like, I just think it looks really good.
We did spend a bit of time on the brand itself and what we were going to call ourselves, and obviously we're a podcast, so our main formats are on like Spotify and stuff, and our YouTube's just there so people can access what we do, because we don't do it for the views or anything. We do it for the we do it for us having a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? And the YouTube just slowly ticks along. Do you know what I mean? And Andy eventually uploads videos when he wants on there.
Fuck you. So like what Dave's saying, YouTube is not our primary platform.
The main.
But things like Spotify, Apple, and all that stuff. The thing is with that kind of stuff, you can't actually see, well, at least publicly, you can't see plays or anything like that. We get to see all the analytics. But...
Yeah, I think you don't need to get over like a certain amount, because I have a friend that does music, so he knows quite a lot about Spotify.
Yeah, it's different. So on music, you can, because the music is hosted by, it's going to be really boring for anyone who doesn't give a shit, but the music is hosted by Spotify, so they have all those numbers, whereas our podcast is hosted by someone called Red Circle, and it's fed into all of these platforms via RSS feeds.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
When you're playing through Spotify, you're just accessing the file on Red Circle, but using the Spotify platform. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually quite interesting.
Yeah, but YouTube is not a part of our analytics. So anything that's YouTube is just extra for us. Do you know what I mean? It's extra views that we add on to our, when we're going through our like little talks together. And he's just like, don't forget the 25 views we've got on YouTube. It's like, yeah, fair play. It doesn't come to our heads first. Hence why Andy uploads on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm a lazy boy.
No, I think what you guys have got going on is really good, because obviously, like I said before, when I used to do the streaming, I streamed just like you guys, just best mates, like, and then you have those talks, but like doing it solo, you don't have anyone to talk to. You just have to like figure out, but being able to talk to someone, brainstorm it. I remember when I used to do streaming, it was so good to be able to, like, once the stream's all finished, as everyone's shut down, we're like, right, we gotta have a stream talk or whatever. And then you jump in a call, and I'd be in there for like 3 hours just talking about what we can do, like looking at things that happen, looking at what things people said in chat, and you're just able to talk about it, and it's so good. So I reckon what you guys are doing, like having those talks, are so important, just to get a bunch of stuff off your chest that's coming to your mind, and you can just say it out loud to one another, and you can just bounce off each other, and you can, when one of you is not motivated, the other one can motivate the other, and vice versa, so it's a good system, like both of you is doing it, you know what I mean?
Teamwork does make the dream work.
100%.
It does, yeah, and like with the Freshborn boys as well, like, because they're like a team of streamers, the Freshborns. They bounce off each other all the time, and it's the same as what, say, you're doing with your your squad. You bounce off your squad. Like these solo streamers that talk to themselves on their stream, that must be so hard, man.
It's hard.
You know, doing it for the first, say, year and a half to 2 years of one viewer that's probably your uncle. You know, it's just a bit hard. You know what I mean?
In a way, it's all to do with the drive. I think it's been quite, obviously doing YouTube for a while. There's quite a lot of people that ask you. I mean, you guys might have the same sort of thing with a podcast, but you get like maybe like normally younger folk, they'll come to you and you'll be like, oh, I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've always wanted to do it, and I don't know what to do, or like, and could you tell me these? And I remember, I can give you some example. I remember there's this one kid, and he was like, oh, I really wanted to do YouTube. Could I like pay you to make a channel? And it's like, whoa, okay, steady on. Like, I'm like, I've got my own channel to like try and grow and stuff. That is, you can't just fast track it. And I was like, listen, the best thing I can do is I'll tell you all the softwares I use to edit thumbnails, audio, all that jazz. And I send them all that. And like, and then it was the first hurdle was click record, OBS, set it up. There's YouTube videos everywhere for it. And they fell at the first hurdle and said, no, this isn't for me, without even hitting the record button. So the drive, I think, so, like I'd say for the younger audience, if there's anyone listening, that I always say the best time to start YouTube was yesterday, or the best time to start streaming was yesterday, because you've just lost a whole 24 hours of potential viewers and followers by not streaming today, by not starting the journey today or yesterday even.
That's some heavy shit, bro.
That's true, bro. It's true.
That was left field. I was not expecting that.
It's true,
that was fucking Robert the Bruce fucking shit.
Mate. Exactly. But it's true though. You miss that 24 hours of views by procrastinating and worrying that you're not going to make it. But like what it comes down to is that drive. And you got to figure out if you have that drive or not. And if you don't have that drive, which is like you're talking about the 1 year, the 2 years of streaming where you barely have any views, or you might have, like, it fluctuates and you don't make it, and then you stop and you lose motivation that you stop, then it was just never meant to be, because you don't have that drive to have the confidence in yourself to keep going. But when it comes to like younger folk, you got to figure out if you have that drive or not. How much do you really want to make it? How much do you really want to make it? So if you do want to make it, you should have started yesterday. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And just go for it, because you got nothing to lose. Why are you procrastinating, not figuring out how to start recording? All it takes is you just to start recording, and that's step one, and you can crack on, you know? So that's what I'd say to the younger audience. If they want to start YouTube, should have started yesterday. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Friendly?
Just a tip suggestion as well. I've got a cracking tip. I don't know if the one's ever been mentioned, but it's good.
He's got a cracking tip, this guy.
It's good. Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard this.
All the girls say that.
Cracking tip.
Oh my fucking
He's got a cracking tip.
I'm so glad I was recording at that point, because that's going in.
I didn't even, the best thing about it is I didn't even clock what I was saying, man.
That's what we're here for.
You got me, boys. You got me.
I'm going to be totally honest at this point, Dave. We've not, and Glaz, really, we've not recorded in a few weeks. I can't remember what comes first. Is it just the tip or the video?
A video comes first, then just a tip. Yeah.
Oh, I should fucking do that.
And
then,
I haven't done my voice in a couple of weeks, so.
Oh, right.
Video of the week.
Oh, fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, that was not bad.
That was not good.
Was it good?
Not good.
I like that one.
That fucking felt like that was coming from inside my soul.
Yeah, I worked hard on that one. I worked
hard. Go on then. So, you go. I don't know why I'm fucking talking. You do it.
Video.
No, actually, okay. Dave, did you pre-warn Glaz this time that he needs to come up with a video of the week?
I've got one.
Yeah, I pre-warned him. He messaged me saying, "Do I need to do anything?" And I was like, "Actually, you do."
Okay.
Last interview we did, was it Mowgli that?
Yeah.
Or Receding? No, it was Receding Man, I think.
Receding Man. Yeah, we done him twice though. Yeah.
Yeah, and Dave forgot to tell him to come up with a tip and a video of the week. I was like, you got one fucking job, bro.
Hey, I got him on.
No, I knew. I did a little bit of research as well, like what other people had done, so I figured that would have been the two things I needed. But in terms of the video of the week, I am going to go for Tommy's defending my ocean stronghold in DayZ. I thought this video was really good, and he brings what he does best to the table. which is, I think, the best thing about this, that I feel like what stands Tommy out from the rest is, I think his witty, like sarcastic voiceovers are just, they just make me laugh. Like with a really sarcastic, like it's very sort of British sense of humor where it's like super sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like you gotta know your sarcasm to find it funny. It'd be like quick-witted, I guess, to find it funny. And I really like that. And this video as well, not just the voice lines itself, the PvP is all there. It's on Melkart as well. So like it's a unique map. So people that haven't watched much Melkart content.
We missed out on that. Me and Andy missed out on the hype of Melkart.
Holy shit, talking about thumbnails, bro.
Was that for Tommy?
The thumbnail for that video is incredible.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. It is good.
So, defending my ocean stronghold in DayZ. Go and watch that video.
It's good.
That looks
it's good.
sick.
It's
I've
good.
not watched it, so
PvP. The PvP is really good in there, actually, and it's got base building. It's got PvP. It's got a modded map. Funny voiceovers. It's so good. It's a good watch. It's a good watch. So I definitely give that for the week. I know it was a while ago. I didn't know if it had to be a really up to date video, but I did. This one I quite enjoyed. So. I would definitely put that one forward.
Glaz. There's no rules here. We've lost the
plot. That's fine.
You're like, this is a next level thumbnail. This Tommy geezer.
Good.
That's all right.
Almost.
I mean, I was
doing,
wowed by many things, and yeah.
How does someone make a thumbnail like that?
Yeah,
because that's not a screenshot.
It could be. So I don't know how much, like, what is what, but we both use AI called Midjourney, which is super useful.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't want to take anything away, because as well as I use Midjourney, but I also do additional editing as well. It's not just like you type it in and then you ask for it. I'm speaking for myself. I don't know what Tommy does, but obviously Tommy's done, like, with the whole DayZ logo, definitely edited that and stuff. Considering he's done that, I'd imagine that he's added extra to like the balancing of the colors as well. Like maybe he's made the reflection on the water stand out more. Maybe he's added that reflection himself. I don't actually know.
Got a question though. Yes. Are you in this video?
No, I'm not in the video.
Oh, you could have put one you're in.
It's all right. No, I thought this video was good. So it's fine. I thought, I definitely think it deserved the recognition, because I think it was funny and PvP was good. Baseball was good. And just for someone that wanted to watch a solid DayZ video, it has a bit of everything, and I think it's decent.
Fair play. Yeah, fair play. Yeah.
Well, your trophy's in the post, Tommy. It will.
It will eventually get there. Hopefully, it gets there before.
In time for Christmas.
Yeah, time for Christmas 2024.
I was going to say, maybe not this year. Friendly. All right, I guess you need to get your tip out now.
My cracking tip, mate. My cracking tip.
Modest cracking tip.
The cracking DayZ tip. Okay, so we've all had problems with when you spawn in and you can't find quite the right clothes you can't quite find the right clothes to keep you warm when you spawn, right? We've all been there. And then you end up getting the cold, and then you meet up with your boys, and then everyone's kicking off at you because you're sneezing and you don't have any tetra because you ran straight to them, right? We've been there. Well,
don't know what you're talking about.
The way I would solve this is the tip. The way I would solve this would be when you hit up the well when you spawn, because 9 times out of 10 you go hit up a well before you run inland, especially on slower paced servers that you do need to worry about your vitals, you will be hitting the well. So what I'd suggest is when you eventually find a knife, because at some point you're going to need to find a knife in your spawn town, that is just part of the routine of spawning in. You need to find something to open up food, whether it's a screwdriver, whether it's a stone knife, etc., etc. All you need to do is the next piece of clothing you find, cut it up, any old rags, even an extra bandage if you don't need it, use that, then get yourself some bark, some sticks, make a drill kit, head to the well, and obviously it takes quite a while for all those rotations to kick in while you're waiting for your water to go up. Place the rag down, light the fire right next to you as you're on the well, so you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're heating up your character, you're getting your water to full, and then when you leave the spawn town, the only vital you have to worry about is the food, and that's it. So that would be my tip, is, in short, light a fire next to the well when you hit the well. That, in short, that would be my tip.
Hot water.
Ooh. Hot water.
That's what we call it. Hot
water.
Yeah, something like that. We'll figure out a title for it.
Yeah.
But I've never thought of that.
It's good. It's good.
In my few thousand hours of playing DayZ and being fucked up by getting colds,
literally,
I've never thought of doing that.
So yeah, you get the heat buff and all that jazz. And then that clears 2 vitals. That clears your temperature, that clears your water, and then all you have to worry about is your food.
And the freshie, the run around the corner with the motorcycle helmet ready to attack you as well.
I'd say some people might argue like, oh, the fire's going to make you really exposed. Well, every well ever is exposed. So it doesn't matter. You're already exposing yourself by going to the well. So you might as well do the fire at the same time. You know what I mean?
And you're just a freshie. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. It's pretty solid.
That is a solid suggestion, dude. Thanks.
Nice.
Solid tip, I mean. You've got a nice solid tip there, Glaz.
Well, it's a cracking tip, mate.
Cracking solid tip. Fucking hell.
I've got a cracking tip.
I guess we outro now, right?
Yeah.
Could do.
Have you got anything else you wanted to add or talk about?
Yeah.
You okay if I do a quick shout out, actually? Quick shout out. Is that all right? Okay, so it would be bad of me. At the moment, I'm doing some promo for a new server that's coming up. It's getting worked on. It's currently under construction, but it's a highly modded PvP focused. They have other servers as well. Sorry, I should probably help if I knew my stuff being the promoter, but they have a PvE server. They've got a PvP server, and they're working on other ones as well. It's really one to keep tabs on. They're doing a lot of work. It's Nova Gaming, which is a up and coming sort of brand that's working on multiple different servers. And it's one to watch out for. I've been doing some promotion for them, and they've been doing a lot of work to get their server proper and running, and they're quite invested. So watch out for those.
Oh, what was that? Nova?
Nova Gaming, yeah, Nova Gaming.
Nova Gaming on PC.
On PC, yes, on PC. So it's a lot of mods and stuff. But I think they're going to have some PVE style ones for the sort of PVE demographic, and they're working on another server as well that I don't know enough about to talk on. But their main focus will be their big modded PvP server. So it's one to watch out for.
Okay.
All right. Well, Glaz, thank you so much for coming on to our stupid little podcast. It's been great talking to you for the last hour and however long.
We really enjoyed it, man. Like listening to your perspective, and your enthusiasm is what's got me the most. Like you're so enthusiastic, man. I fucking love it, man.
Yeah, bro. Come on.
Let's go.
Every day, mate. Every day. No, it's good. I love it. I'm so invested. YouTube's been amazing. It's been so fun.
I've got one more question, Glaz.
Yes. Please go.
What is your sensitivity setting?
What's my sensitivity setting?
Because all of your videos.
Yeah.
I swear to God, you have the highest level that you can possibly fucking get.
Really? What? I don't know. My mouse. I kind of just customize it with my mouse DPI. It's not really like I think I probably is maximum actually in the settings.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really noticed that. No one's ever mentioned that. Maybe it's bad, bro. I did get quite a big. I tell you what. Someone pointed this out the other day. Is quite commonly in PvP. God knows why I do this. It probably just comes down to me having a low IQ or something. But whenever I have my sight on a target, specifically a sniper, I tend to go off the target, then back to the target to take the shot. It's my brain, bro. I don't know.
You're not the only one that does that.
I don't know.
Actually,
it's weird.
Especially with a PU scope, he always goes off, sees him in the peripheral, and snaps back onto him.
Yeah.
It's mad,
I don't know.
Isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, how the fuck does he hit those shots with that sensitivity, man? Because I'm on 900 on my mouse, and in game, I'm like right down the bottom. I'm not all the way down. I'm maybe 4 or 5 notches up, like on the settings in game. So I've got really low sensitivity.
Yeah,
and yours I feel like, how the fuck does he do that?
No clue, bro. No clue. I've never even noticed that. Maybe it's something I should look into. Who knows?
Hey, mate, if you're doing good, you're doing good. It works for you, bro. That's it.
Exactly. It's been really good, boys. I really appreciate you letting me on and stuff just for a big old natter.
That's it.
But yeah,
it was great. And for our viewers that haven't yet checked out Glaz, and if you haven't, we've mentioned him twice, and why haven't you? Only joking. Yeah, just check him out. He's on YouTube. He's got some epic thumbnails, epic adventures, like mini movies. You got to check him out.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. It's been good.
Brilliant. Right, well, let you get on your way then, dude. Man. Thank you very much again. And
thank you very much.
No worries, boys.
Good luck,
no
bro.
worries. It's been good.
Keep making
good
those
fun.
movies.
Yeah. No, likewise to you guys. I like what you guys are doing here. I think it's a really good. Like I say, the artwork looks good and everyone looks professional. And as long as you two are both keep each other motivated, you'll definitely do good.
Yeah, Andy's good at Dutch ruddering.
What?
Dutch ruddering.
What the fuck's that?
Oh, Andy, don't research it. Just go on Pornhub.
All right, it's time to leave. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good evening, dude. Speak
Catch
to you soon.
In a bit, boys. Catch you in a bit.
Oi, how you doing?
Yeah, good. So, are you still recording?
I am always recorded.
Always recorded. So, I'd like to say that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. His enthusiasm is just unfucking believable. Do you know what I mean? He's got so much energy. So much energy.
What? You're a fucking dick.
Why?
What the fuck? I've just Urban Dictionary Dutch rudder.
When he goes, keep you motivated. Yeah, Andy's really good at motivating me.
Do you want to know the story on the whatever it's called, the example?
Oh no, what?
They've got it only because the names that they've chosen are mad. So Snack Cake gave Tonkin a Dutch rudder because they are two freaky people who like to try nice things.
Freaky boys.
Two freaky boys. Okay, right. I can't. I need to get rid of it. Right. Anyway, Glaz, what a guy. He was cool, guy. Man. He was so cool to speak to.
And he's got that crew. He's now inside that epic YouTube movie making crew. You know, JLK, him, Tommy, Sour Sweet. They're all up there. Their YouTube cinematics and their stories are just second to none. It's so good. And to actually talk to him in person at the start of his sort of reign. Do you know what I mean? It's great.
I would say he's one to watch, but then I'm also thinking he's actually already doing pretty good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's not he's an up and coming. He's fucking killing it, bro. He's doing really well.
Yeah.
You watch his videos; they're really good, man. Watch his movie ones; they're brilliant. So we can't recommend that enough. And if they're getting the thumbs up from people like JLK as well, then he must be on the right track.
Yeah, what a top bloke. What a top bloke. All right, guys, so we're coming to the end of this episode, and we just want to put another reminder out there for you lot.
Don't do it.
Episode 50 is round the corner. We're getting some really good videos.
We can't do it.
Really good videos.
It's unbelievable.
Voice recordings, questions.
Right, are you done?
No.
I tried to warn you.
No, we're not done. But it was great. We want you to put some more questions in there. Andy's doing his job to edit them all, and we're going to react to them. Episode 50 is going to be such a fucking fun episode with all you joining in. It's our episode, not just mine and Andy's.
So this is what I'm trying to talk to you about. We've not spoken about this yet. We have far too many clips already.
Well, we can have a fucking two-parter then, bro.
How can we have episode 50
and 50 part 2 and then go on to 52 is our next one.
Just skip 51.
Yes.
You're a fucking idiot. No, right, I tell you what. Look, I honestly, I think at this point, I'm not going to be able to put all of the clips in anyway, because you've been great. You've put loads in there. And I think people have been putting repeat ones in, and I might only put 1 or 2 of yours in, to be fair. It just depends on space. But look, I shouldn't be dissuading you. If you've got a burning question, dump it in our Discord. Dave's right, I'm wrong. I'll go home now.
I'm big, you're small.
And there's nothing you can do about it. Right, you guys have been excellent. Thank you very much for listening to yet another episode of Friendly and DayZ podcast. I've been Andy.
Rando, he's not been Dave.
Not this time.
Not this time. I've been Dave.
Time. Goodbye, it's been crazy. Have a lovely week.
It's a wonderful time. No, guys, talk.